I doubt you're going to want to listen to me once you hear this report. There's two parts, and the first one is just mind-boggling, to be honest. I didn't know it was this was the actual situation. So without further ado, I'm going to show you this.
Well, the great Australian property price slide has reached $133 billion and it's fast becoming one of the worst on record. With inflation factored in, Sydney prices are down 16% since their peak in June 2017. The decline is about twice as fast as previous downturns, which average falls of 21%. The longest downturn on record was 23 consecutive quarters back in the 1980s, where house prices then fell 34%. But Melbourne has just recorded its fastest slump ever, with a 14% slide over the past 4 quarters. Economists say current price falls are about twice as fast as historical averages. To the market.
Okay, I think she said twice as fast, at least twice, if not 3 times. The worst on record also. So what we got to understand is that when there's a momentum on the upside or the downside, and if it's fastest ever, it is more likely to go up or down dramatically in a dramatic, quick fashion. And this is what this report tells us. I mean, it was staggering. It was something that I haven't heard before, and the data keeps coming out where it's all pointing to, you know, where? Down. Before I show you the next story, let me tell you a little anecdote. One of my friends, she has a house in Chatswood in Sydney. I mean, there are many houses that, you know, I could use as an example of, you know, they were sold for so much, and then they were, you know, so many years ago, and then sold for that much. And now, but what's the interesting thing is that I think she did okay on it, even with the current downturn. Chatswood is a expensive area, affluent suburb, not the most affluent, but it is not cheap. So 2011, it was $950,000. This is not including any costs like stamp duty, legal costs, surveying, inspections and all that. So $950,000 in 2011, and now 2019, she got 1.5 million at the auction. And I asked her who got it, and she said it was a Chinese lady. So it was just something that she did put a bit of money in it, some renovations and additions to some extra rooms. So how much all that cost and how much was the actual profit, I don't really know. And whether she was going to get 1.5 million now if she didn't do anything to it, probably yes. I don't know. I mean, you know, you have to put it down all on the paper. That's why this is just an anecdote. But I do have this next little story for you.
Catherine Diss reporting. The big slide in house prices has hit consumer confidence, with sentiment crashing to an 18-month low. The Westpac Melbourne Institute monthly index of consumer confidence has fallen back below the break-even number of 100 in March, meaning pessimists now outnumber optimists. The survey, which is closely monitored by the Reserve Bank, shows consumers are spooked by the big falls in capital city home prices and weaker than expected growth figures for the economy.
Okay, so consumers are spooked by the falling prices, but I think that some consumers don't know that yet, especially the vendors trying to sell. They still expect to get prices of their properties that were sold, similar properties in the areas. That's the only way to know it, how much it's worth pre-2017, because we know that I think June or July 2017 was the peak. So, you know, they would have heard stories, have auctions, heard about people selling something in their area for a certain amount of money, and that they still expect that. Some will get it if they get the buyer that is uneducated and or really wants that house, and or obviously has the finance. So some people just don't care. They say, I love it. I just think about the people that you know that will just say, look, you can go over there and buy this car or that car. No, I just love this car. I love this car, I've fallen in love, I love the color, and I'm just going to buy it, and no matter the fact that it might be like 30-40% more. So this is the same thing. It's an emotional purchase when you're buying a house. So those people will pay if they're lucky enough, again, to get finance. And the vendors, I think, will soon realize that they'll have to adjust their expectations, and either they'll probably pull it off the market thinking, I'll just wait for few years until I get what I think I can get and should get, or they will sell for what they can sell for. Because a friend of mine, she thought she might be able to, in good times up until 2 years ago, she actually did say she was probably able to get close to $1 million. She knew that, but she said, I just wanted to sell it. I got different plans. So that's how the property market works. It's very emotional, and it's very financial, because it involves just a lot of money, whether it's your own or whether you're going to the bank and asking, hey, could I borrow $1 million or $2 million? Just saying, if I could, please. All right, that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll speak again next time. Thank you.